Welcome back to True to Horse Horsemanship. I've been getting some interesting emails lately, so we're just going to go through a lot of them. I got one, the first one I ever heard. I'm going to answer it here since they watch the videos. What to do if you come across a black bear? Run or what? If you're on horseback. You know, that's one of them scenarios that depends on the situation. Because black bears, it's like any prey at him. You got to stop and think the scenario. If you take off running, it's liable to stimulate that part for it to chase. Number one, if I'm in black bear country and I'm not on a national park, I'm going to have me a damn 45 strapped to my side. One in my boot on my saddle, rifle in the boot. But if you would come across black bear, you'd have to judge your situation and read that bear's language. Number one, don't make eye contact with it, because that's a threat to that bear. But if you could, the best advice would just sort of make a lot of noise and just slowly ride away from there and try to keep it in your vision until you get out of the distance from it. And and basically, if the bear starts chasing you, they can pretty much keep up with a horse. So your scenario, if you're far away enough, I guess, yeah, you try to get away from the bear. But if you see you're to the point you can't, hell, best thing to do is turn around just like I would with dogs. Just chase the damn bear with the horse, because you're bigger than that bear. And that bear might have second thought. But then again, on the other hand, you might run across a sow with cubs. And then you want to try to distance yourself and not get between that sow and cubs, because if you get between the sows and cubs, you're going to be in deep crap. In the same way, when I run across dogs on the trail, if I got one that's going to be aggressive, I do the same thing. I turn around and go after the damn dog. And I'm going to chase that dog with the horse. It's that cut and dry. You know, and that way I'm going to take away from the dog. And what happens a lot of times with animals, dogs or whatever, people make eye contact with that dog. When you take certain breeds of dogs, when you do make that eye contact, you know, you're stimulating that part, and then this shows a sign of aggression, and bingo, they'll attack. So best thing to do, if you think one's going to come at you, go after them. Go head home at them. And like I said, I don't care if they own that dog or not. They're not controlling the dog. You take control and go after the damn dog. Don't be a weenie. So there's two emails I got. One was about bears, one was about dogs. So there's one I just put up. You know, basically, the video showed it all. This horse truly not having no foundation. The person who called me in on it this time, I've never seen that mare before, but the owners want to call me, long short of it, want to call me way back. The argument was, well, the horse was leading, and I got pictures of it where the horse was leading. It's got a saddle on it, but it's not action pictures, it's just pictures. You know, I don't go by pictures too often because, you know, they don't tell much of anything. Video, I'll buy that more I will picture. But at the end of the day, this horse didn't have no foundation. I don't care if that horse had the right foundation. After a year, you should be able to walk in that pen and pretty well catch it. Not what y'all saw on YouTube yesterday. This horse didn't have a leader. Nobody ever took charge. A horse like this came off the King Ranch, wasn't handled till caught up till she was 2-year-old. She might as well have been a wild horse. And so, you know, roping this horse and everything, and you're just keep that horse evidently learned how to duck from the rope. So you're just feeding this horse's mentality already and throwing it in a round pen, running around. And one day I'm going to talk about that more, so on this bay horse I got here. You know, certain temperament horses, you cannot do that, because you put them in that round pen and run, yeah, they'll come to you after they're so damn tired. But at the end of the day, if you let them sit, there's no foundation. It's just a temporary fix. It's like having leak on a tire, you can throw a quick patch on it. Eventually that patch is going to fall off, and that's it. Horses need leadership, and that's what they want. They want somebody take control. And like that gray mare, I stuck my ground. I didn't get that aggressive. I backed off a little bit when I needed to, but I wasn't going to. Somebody commented that, well, maybe if you backed off a little bit more, she would have come to you quicker. No, she wouldn't have. She would have kept running, because this is that horse's MO, people. Unless you handle these type of horses, you know, I appreciate the comments, but you don't realize, y'all out there, the majority of people, you handle the everyday horses that might have be a slight problem or this or that. This horse had a big problem, and we got like Jubilee that's been on some of these other videos. She went in that stall for just about 7 years because she learned. Everybody backed off of one guy sitting in a chair for an hour or so, trying to wait for Jubilee to come up to her. Well, that's bullshit. Pardon my language. The horse ain't gonna do it. That horse learned how to run. That's the way this horse did. It learned how to run. And somebody comment, yes, Helga, I'm gonna say this about. Well, I feel like it should be a partnership with horses. Horses are not humans, people. They're not your spouse. They're not your boyfriend or girlfriend. You're not going to get married to these horses. It's not a relationship per se like that. It is a horse and human relationship. Horses out in the herd, who are they looking for? A leader. It's that simple. I don't know why it's so hard for y'all to understand. A lot of people understand. A horse that doesn't have leadership, it shows the signs like that gray mare did, and like Jubilee, the Arab here, and also the bay quarter horse here. I can name all tons of horses that came in rescue. That was what they're lacking. That's one of the things we're going to be partners with that horse. No, you be partners with your other half. You know, that's who you should be a partner with. You cannot make this horse take up what you're losing out on the other side. It doesn't work. So, you know, give these horses leadership. So, you know, we got to get back to treating horses like horses. Trainers out there, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's tons of them. And unfortunately, they don't have the marketing skills, or they don't care about the marketing. They are quite happy doing what they're doing. And there's, in your area, I'm sure there's tons of them. No matter if you're, in this case, in Israel, Pakistan, Spain, Italy, Australia. I'm sure there's tons of good horse trainers out there, good horsemen. And some of the good horsemen, the ones that don't call themselves trainers, are good horsemen. I mean, I had a woman who adopted a horse this morning. She came up, they came loading the horse up, and I backed away a little bit. I wasn't going to get in there because they didn't ask me to. So they start automatically pulling on the horse, and I saw where that was going. It's going no givey. They tried the handful of feed. They was trying to put it in a 2-horse trailer, and this horse never been in a 2-horse. And so they tried to give it hay, and that deal wasn't working. Every time the horse back up, they start pulling harder. And then next thing I know, the woman pulls out the carrot. And at one point I asked her, are you going to eat that? She said, well, I could. I said, well, I think you ought to. So next thing I know, they broke the carrot in half. The guy's in the trailer. You know, he's trying to go along with the new owner of the horse. He's trying to coax her in the trailer, and it's not going no well. So I went and got my 60-foot rope like y'all have seen on my trailer loading things. And I just got behind her, gave her direction. In other words, her direction was going forward. I didn't beat on this horse. Far from it. I didn't. I just gave her a few little taps. Every time she took a step, I quit tapping. So when I took over, it took me just a couple minutes, and she was in the trailer. And normally, I would have backed her out and put her back in because she would learn to jump in a 2-horse trailer. And like I told the woman, I said, okay, if we have a fire, are you going to get the bag of carrots to get your horse in the trailer? She said, well, if I have to. True to the horse, they'll be true to you. And first and foremost, be true to yourself. Let these horses teach us something. The kids and all, and special people out there at Washtenaw Lake, KDNA. And God bless and take care.